florecer debajo de la luz, debajo de la luz. 2 words. Spiritual evolution. Welcome to Through My Words, the portion of my channel where I break down my essays, my thoughts, my music, and my art. So today I'm going to be talking about my new release, Maria Magdalena. But before I get into the breakdown of the song, I just wanted to share this mainly because I am exploring biblical archetypes, and I just want to share what I wrote yesterday. This is not for conversion or persuasion, but for perspective. If I offer you something from my lens, it is up to you to accept it, challenge it, or allow yourself to be moved by it. This very action opens a door to inner exploration. Inner exploration is the first step towards divinity, in my view. The more that we kind of bend or stretch our own mental frameworks, the more we actually learn about ourselves, we learn about the world, and we learn about different philosophies. So if I can challenge you in some way, that's honestly better than you just accepting what I'm saying. But Maria Magdalene to me symbolizes a person who was transformed and redeemed through Jesus, which symbolizes light and love. And if you look at her story in the Bible, it talks about Jesus delivering her from 7 demons that she was tormented by. But I view these demons as maybe internal or mental struggles rather than supernatural beings. En la tristeza de tu mente, eres y serás, eres y serás.
You know, like in the movies, like when they send you off to like the desert or out in the woods or out like secluded to be your thoughts and to or when you're going back in time or it takes you to that one place where like you're supposed to think and like get you back to find wherever you were supposed to go or wherever, right? I think this is my place.
Christ. I'm like Mary Magdalene, struggling with 7 things that kind of hold me back, and I can transcend those things through love, through self-love, maybe through love of a project or love of a story. I mean, love comes in different ways. So Mary Magdalene offers that symbol of redemption and transformation. And what's also more beautiful about her story is that she was the first to witness Jesus resurrect. And if you also view the resurrection as a symbol, not merely a resurrection of the flesh, but a resurrection of the soul, then that becomes something that we can all witness. We can witness somebody else being reborn today or in a year if we just allow them love. if you view Jesus as somebody that you can also embody, but maybe right now you're Mary Magdalene dealing with these struggles and you need somebody to love you, or maybe at some point you're Jesus and your soul is being reborn. And that's just really how I see this story. And you know, viewing this story as something that you can embody at a certain moment in time, for me, makes it that much more enriching, because it turns like into something that you can become, rather than something that's outside of you that demands your worship.
I see the joy in your eyes.
There's no single path to the God within, but that maybe we can reach divinity through silence and the invitation of joy and our intuition, and just really choosing love. Also, the song, it's in Spanish, so I wanted to give the English breakdown of it, which is: Mary Magdalene, I want to care for your heart. I want to see you bloom underneath the sun. Do not get lost in the sadness of your mind. You are and will be. My favorite part is the "you are and will be," kind of puts a circle into, you know, the journey to the self, that you are already the person you want to become. It's just a matter if you choose to be that person. Should I add color to her face? I kind of like how maybe like the black can contradict with like the color around her, kind of like reflecting like the state that she's in right now. You know what I mean? Because I did think about making her more colorful, but I think the color should be around her, maybe because that's the point that she's missing. And that is all. I hope you like the song. It's really something heartfelt for me, and I invite you to explore different biblical archetypes and just maybe rethink of those, and see how they can maybe enrich your own journey. Thank you, guys. Oh, and do you have a question?
What was the process of making the song?
The process of making the song was, so I actually have this other project that's called Kim Kardashian, Maria Magdalene. So having Kim Kardashian and kind of like empathizing with her journey and putting her next to a archetype that symbolizes redemption. So I made that whole song, and then Mary Magdalene, or Maria Magdalena, it's actually was supposed to be the outro. So I started like breaking down the guitar, and it was just supposed to be an outro of my Kim Kardashian Mary Magdalene song. But then the outro kind of took a life form of its own, where I was like, oh, this is a whole separate song where it's just like really a lot more soothing. It sounds more romantic. And I just like fell in love with the outro, that I said like, this has to be its own thing. Kind of like study your own work, you know what I mean? And actually, this is the cover art for Maria Magdalena. I forgot to mention that. But right here it says, Maria, I hope you find your way. And then I like to add, I do like that about like Catholic art, is that they always show, you know, like the divinity of a person around their head. So this is symbolizing, you know, her divine nature, but if you see her eyes, I kind of like painted them to be a little bit more like introspective, a little bit more um like somber in a way. So it's like her like not understanding herself maybe at this moment in time, but this is a reflection of who she already is and who she will be. And up here I put the omens because if you start to follow the path of your true self, you'll see how different things within your day to day kind of start to come together and correlate. And this right here, give credit where it's due. Marilyn's cousin, little cousin, did this part, and I kept it, and she did this little portion. So I just want to say, like, I was really inspired by this color scheme that I think that's how this whole piece actually came to be, because it started there and then it came its own form. But if you enjoyed this, or do you have any more things to say?
Well, I really appreciate the perspective. What you opened up with. Like this is more like a perspective.
Yeah, really, it's really all just about perspective. I'm not trying to preach to you. I'm not really trying to persuade you into my beliefs. It's just more of like I share this because seeing things a certain way has helped me along my path. So if uncovering or encountering a certain piece of literature or a song or creating something that has helped me, I just want to share it because I hope that it can help you as well. Really, that's why I write, that's why I make videos, that's why I make songs, because I really just want to, you know, offer up my gifts in that my own way to help enrich other people's lives.
Let's go back to the song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna bring out little old Sally.
Is that her name?
No.
Oh.
What are you trying to find out?
I don't know. I guess I was just trying to like pick at your process of maybe stringing them together. It's like, does it kind of happen just, you know, you're playing around and then all of a sudden you like find a tone?
Yeah, that's kind of what happened. But I've explained to Marilyn time and time again that my musical journey is really based off of intuition. I don't have any real formal training.
What if you try tristeza instead of obscuridad?
Okay, one more question about the painting. Do the shapes, were they like kind of spontaneous? Do you have?
Great question. So the shapes definitely intentional. How do I solidify this? So the hexagon is actually one of my personal omens. This past year, I've just like been seeing it everywhere, so I thought that it'd be a nice symbol to put in there. Also, because I read The Alchemist, and within The Alchemist, one of his omens was a beetle, and one of my omens happens to be the hexagon. That's a hexagon, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it has 6 sides. And this little swirly deal So I've been reading this book called The Golden Ratio, how things sprout from a geometrical structure, and this like swirl or like this design is found within, spiraling galaxies, within hurricanes, within numerous things in nature. So it's been interesting reading how a certain number or a certain design has correlation across the disciplines. And so that's why I put that in there, because I have somewhat of an influence of it, which I'm still trying to understand myself. The story says, she was taken as a disciple. Like, discipleship, within discipleship is purpose. There's community. So maybe encountering or being part of something that has a shared goal or a shared belief, a shared something that resonates with people, and that y'all could connect through that. Maybe there is redemption through that, even though that can maybe be seen in a negative lens, like, oh, y'all just like think all the same thing. But I think and it doesn't have to be religious. It could be like, oh, we're all working on this science theory together. We're all working on this building together. We're working on this song together. That's discipleship. And Mary was taken into that. She was bought into that. And I think that's really beautiful. Because this is just like maybe my own opinion or perspective. I think that there tends to be maybe more discipleship within men. They tend to have like more I guess like recreational or like hobbies or interests that they partake in with each other. But the fact that Mary was taken into that, I think that can also be maybe another layer that women need that too, to share a common goal, or to share that, and maybe reach higher lengths with, or lanes, or reach different heights within that. So get your girlies together. You know what I mean, though?
Good without hell, justice without judgment, life without death, and love without